How you guys doing? TF2Dove here, and today I'm bringing to you Meet Your Match, the state of pubs. Pubs, as we know it, have pretty much changed completely. You can't even really call it a pub anymore, in my opinion. And so, casual play has replaced it, and I found there's a lot of pros, a fair amount of cons, and there's some changes Valve should make to make it more acceptable in the community. So I'm going to go down the line with kind of my thoughts about this. A lot of Reddit seems to not like the whole idea of casual play. And granted, I agree, it was kind of just out there, it just kind of came from nowhere without any prior testing. But you know, with community feedback, we can change it for the better, so we shouldn't keep bashing it. Instead, we should say what's wrong with it, what needs to be changed, and possible alternatives. So the pros of casual play I found are, well, experience and leveling. Now, pubs seem to actually kind of matter now. You kind of have this sort of draw to do well, to succeed, to work as a team, and it makes pubs more teamwork and objective based. Now, granted, the harsh reality is that that doesn't actually happen though. But Valve is trying to push in a very good direction for making Team Fortress 2 team based. And the next major pro is we're sort of becoming an esport now, and for some people that could be a career choice, make streams more popular, make YouTube more popular for TF2. So it's kind of bringing a renaissance of that whole esports, and maybe, just maybe, the TF2 comp scene can just get a little bit more diverse and a little bit more, well, I don't know, how else do you put it? You can get more money from it now. And now, with casual play, it gives community servers a bigger purpose, and that's what a lot of people have been saying in terms of, well, it's not that bad, you can go to a community server, and that is definitely true, you can go to them. It is a step in the right direction, but later on I'll say what they can do to both help pub and community servers. And last but not least, you got the shiny medal, clickety clack, and which leads me to my next point. I literally had to stare at that medal for 3 hours to get into my first casual game. And so, here are the cons. You can't pick the map or the game mode you want. You can exclude up to 3, picking 2 game modes, and you can't even pick a map. And that is something, well, Valve, what made your pubs so enticing is that you could pick whatever map, whatever game mode you wanted, and with quick play, the plus was you could see how many people were in the server and the ping of the server. And that is a really, really, really good thing, because no offense, Valve, but your matchmaking search is pretty bad. It puts you servers all around the world with terrible ping, and the problem is, once it takes forever to find that match, granted this could get better as the queue kind of empties out, but once you get into that match, you can't leave. You were literally stuck in a 300 ping game, and if you leave, there are leaving penalties, and that is not ideal whatsoever. Because the thing about pubs is, they're pubs, they're casual. The keyword is casual. You don't want to commit to a potentially 50-minute game. You want to just pop in, pop out for literally 5 minutes at a time. We should be able to do that. And you can do that in a community server, but the difference is, they're a little bit harder to find, especially for newer players. Because you have to take in mind, this new HUD, granted it makes sense to me, but for new players, this thing is pretty bamboozling. And now, when it comes to these kind of casual games, I feel like when it comes to challenges, you can't really fool around anymore, and if you do, you feel worthless to the team. And that's what I really hate about Overwatch's casual play. Despite it being considered casual, you still have to try, you still have to go for the objective, you still have to do the metas, and that's what makes TF2 TF2. The fact you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. And now you can't really do that anymore, because you'll feel worthless to the team. And, well, the game in and of itself is Stopwatch, and you only play a single game. I think it's one team attacking, one team defending. Like, rounds as. And that's pretty lame. You basically wait a long period of time to just play a single pub game, when in reality, in a past pub, you could have played multiple upon multiple during that same time span. And which leads me to this. If you disconnect from the game coordinator at the end of that game, for argument's sake, last night after waiting for 3 hours, I finally got into a game, right? Well, 3 hours, finally got into a game, middle of Brazil. Everyone had roughly 200 ping. I somehow top scored, I don't know how. And, well, because there was no game coordinator at the end, I got no experience, no stats saved. That whole 3 hours in that game did not matter at all. So if you think item servers going down is a problem, when that game coordinator goes down, that game basically means nothing. And so now, the cons for community servers. Well, there could be none near you, none with good ping, and maybe, like me, you play at ungodly hours so that they're all empty, all the nearby ones, because I usually play pretty unhealthy times, like 11 p.m. to like 4 a.m. And so, here are the changes I think Valve should make to kind of improve this system. Because we shouldn't keep bashing them. I think we've made it clear we do not like this. The majority of the community does not like this. However, the changes Valve should make, they should add a pub play button right above casual, and it hooks up to community and Valve servers just like old times, just like quick play. And now for the casual, kind of, what's with casual kind of seeming almost competitive, they should make it the replacement for Matchmaking's Highlander, because that's kind of how it's set up at the moment. And if they don't want to do that, I just think they should move the Stopwatch in casual, and perhaps make some way to play multiple games with the same casual lobby, and perhaps a vote only to stop the game. Now this has been a lot to soak in for everyone, but I feel like this kind of, we needed to explore the alternatives, the pros, the cons, and what Valve should do differently, because everyone right now is just bashing it. If we keep saying it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, they're going to remove it, and then we're just going to be back to how we were. What they have now isn't a bad system, it just needs a lot of work, and we need to kind of push them in the right direction, because although people don't realize it, when Muselk says it's bad, when Banny says it's good, you have these conflicting opinions. We need to go together as a community and say what's good, what's bad, what Valve needs to fix, and they do listen to the community, so if we say what they need to fix, what we personally dislike, I'm sure they will fix it. We just need to be clear about it, less pessimistic, and hopefully, we'll get this game great again. Team Heavy. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you all in a future video. Alright, take care, guys. And I'd like to do this special thanks, because this is just, well, it's pretty remarkable. I wasn't expecting something like this, but during the sale, I got a lot of gifts from friends and fans, and I just really want to thank you guys. So the very first one, this was a little bit before the sale, but Dakota gave Undertale and GTA 5, which thank you so much for that. Because honestly, I loved both, and I didn't get the hype of Undertale, but now I do sort of get it. Jelly.jar for giving Gary's mod, because, hey, it's a pretty good sandbox, and I think I'll probably have a video on it soon. I don't know when, but it'll be interesting to say the least. JohnTron/Ehot gave The Long Dark, which is a game I've been trying to kind of just muster up the strength to buy for a while, but he made the choice for me. And, well, I might have a video on that as well, because it's challenging, it's fun, and I think it could be a potentially very interesting video to watch. Special thanks to Skylar5255 for giving Lethal League, which I do owe you a game, so by all means, we gotta play that game, we gotta fight each other, do the ball, beat the ball. And also the Pro Rusher Man for giving Uncrowded, which is basically this unturned ripoff. You've convinced me that Unturned is by far superior.